My snowplow driver has declared war on my mailbox. Well, today we're going to fight back. Good morning, Mama. All right, gentlemen, let's get the rest of our tools and we'll install the Cadillac of mailboxes. There's a couple of filthy homos in the comments giving me grief about having a cat and how having a cat is not masculine. That statement can only come from someone who's never had a shop devoured by an infestation of mice. A cat in a shop or a barn is one of the smartest things you can do. It's good company and it keeps your equipment free of, oh goodness, mice that like to chew the wiring. Oh, that's hot. That's 2 in a row. Goodness. What'd I do for you? A couple of our brothers in the comments have been snowplow drivers in the past or are current snowplow drivers, and they recommended that I put some reflectors on the post that helps them identify it at night. My snowplow driver is not hitting the post office or the box. It's the spray of the wet, heavy snow is what knocks it off. So we'll do that. We'll put some reflectors on. I don't believe I have any reflectors, but I do have some industrial reflective tape. Got my yoga mat up there. When I like to sweat to the oldies in the morning. Oh, that's creaking. That will not do. Let me introduce you gentlemen to AMSOIL. I love AMSOIL so much I became a dealer. I don't sell it to anyone. I just for myself for the good pricing, and I stock stuff for my friends. But this is probably where you want to start. The M&P. This is the WD-40. This is but the good stuff, not fake lubricant. How would you feel if you gave your son a nice piece of equipment, didn't change the oil, ran it into the ground, just despised it? You think God feels any different towards those who don't take care of the things that he blesses them with? I knew I had some. I'll just take the whole thing. Cats are feminine. You couldn't out yourself as a moron more if you tried. When you're working with adhesive or decals, your best friend is a heat gun. And I like to do things straight. So one thing that helps me anyway is you can get a square and a soapstone. Soapstone is used by fabricators, and it's like a pencil or a marker. This is the soap right there. You can put it in the applicator, and it gives you the ability to write on things, but it's not permanent, and you can just wipe it off. It gives you references. You can make square lines so you get your everything nice and square. One of the guys in the comments almost had a heart attack last night when I grabbed this fastener kit and picked it up. He either works in or has worked in the aviation industry, and the thought of this not being latched and all these thousands of little pieces falling all out around jet aircraft made his blood run cold. You know, those aviation guys, how they get pretty uptight about FODing or foreign object damage of aircraft engines, but we're good. It all worked out. All right, let us proceed. Oh yeah, I put the buckskin up there. She likes the buckskin more than anything. Stay off the ground, Mommy. Don't you know sitting on the concrete gives you piles? This is a struggle I've been fighting for some years across multiple properties. What happens is we live in the country in high elevation in the mountains of the Pacific Northwest, and we have, bless them, the snowplow drivers. They don't hit the mailbox per se, but the slush piles up and it smashes into it and it just wipes it out. So what we have is the Cadillac of mailboxes, a 25-pounder, cold rolled steel, 10 gauge, and I think that this is probably going to end the struggle. So let's rip this one off and put this one on and see where that takes us. Looks like we got Phillips in there. On the bottom side, I'm guessing that is, what, 3/8? What do you say, 3/8 or 5/16? It has long been a goal of mine to consider a job that needs to be done, think in your mind all the tools that you'll need, and to have them and never have to go back to the shop. I've never accomplished that, but today might be the first time. Now the question begs to be answered, who makes the best tools? Cordless tools. Well, you know, I resisted Milwaukee for a long time and I hated on them, not because I thought that they weren't as good, but because I didn't have any. And I was committed to the black and yellow, the DeWalt, but I have come away, or I've come to my senses, and after having all of them, I think currently there certainly is no question that if I was going to start from scratch, as Jack just did, made his first investment in tools, the Milwaukees. I mean, currently they are the gold standard, no question. And of course, it wouldn't be a day unless one of the screws was stripped out. The Almighty says, by the sweat of your brow, you'll make a living. Well, he was right about that. Goodness, look at the state of that tape. Some federal employee when the post office came. Can you imagine doing such shoddy work like this? You can't take a second to make things straight? Shoddy work, simps, and Western whores will be accounted by historians as the reason for the downfall of Western civilization. My kingdom for a flat-bladed screwdriver or a scraper right now. This is where your heat gun comes in handy, especially when it's cold. Having a heat gun kind of activates the glue or deactivates it, and oftentimes you can get decals off without leaving all the residual sticky behind it. There's going to be a special place in hell for the guy that invented the glue on these stickers that leaves sticky behind. Here are 3 essential tools you'll need to get through life, gentlemen. Military grade carburetor cleaner. The Amsoil stuff is the best. A good 1-inch scraper, is that 1 inch? And a razor blade scraper. You can see the wear on it. That's a go-to. But carburetor cleaner softens up the glue. And this one in particular is quite good, effective usually. Boy, that's one serious sticker. It even bulks at the Amsoil carburetor cleaner. Wow. I've been looking at this crooked sticker for a year. It's bothered me to no end. Do you know how to tell immediately that a man is no good? If he utters this one phrase, good enough for government work. That is not pro-ho. And this is a perfect example. You know, you're gonna say, well, it's just, what does it matter? It's just a little thing. It's not about this. It's just about the mentality. It's just about of passing off shoddy work so that someone else has to deal with it. We need 4 stainless screws, 3/4 inch. Stainless is best outside because it doesn't corrode. These look pretty good. Got 4 of them there. We'll mount this to a piece of 3/4 inch fur. That's kind of the way it's designed. And this way, the fur will tear out rather than destroying the post or the mailbox. It's kind of the sacrificial piece. pre-drill that wood or it'll split. Hit that like button, gentlemen. Just think about it. I'm probably one of the only people in the world that could get you to watch a 2-part series of a man installing a mailbox. Putting decals on when it's cold is rarely successful. So preheat, just warm it up a little bit, make sure it's clean. And I even heat once I stick it on there, I put a little heat on the adhesive, and that really gets it to bind. Well, gentlemen, that's it. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.